Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Kholodny Ferma. Our heroes today are going to be Siberian, playing for the Soviets of the Red Army. And we have SeriousMan, seriously playing for the Germans. So Kholodny Ferma, we all know it, we all love it. It's not the winter version, it's the spring version, as you can tell by the lack of snow. But still an awesome map, and well, it's been a while since we've actually seen it, so I decided, well, let's go ahead and do this. And plus, it's Siberian, so a really good player. We should expect a very nice game here. In any case, we see Siberian going for the conscript opening, no tech, getting a second conscript right now, first one hitting the field. SeriousMan getting himself tier 1 like you would expect a German player to do so, and getting 2 Grenadiers off of that right off the bat. No MG start. First Grenadier hitting the field right now. So we'll see how this progresses.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Oh, sorry about that. Well, anyways, nothing much happening right now. We do see both Siberian and SeriousMan focusing a little bit more on the northern side of the map. We have one Pioneer capturing this munition point, and it is about to get engaged by this Combat Engineer. Combat Engineers are probably going to jump into the house, and we probably can expect the conscripts going to this side. No, actually. Interestingly enough, the conscripts decide to not capture the victory point in the center, and are going, in fact, to engage these Grenadiers on the south side, on this cutoff point. Cutoff point does get captured by these Grenadiers. But they are caught in the open by those conscripts, so they might get the advantage, but they quickly run away and get into some medium cover. Up in the munitions point, we do see the Combat Engineers decapping that point, while the Pioneers are running around getting shot by both sides by a conscript and those Combat Engineers. They are not going to retreat, they're just going to keep moving on and going to go for the victory point, it looks like. Interesting. We do have an MG42 now hitting the field for SeriousMan. It is back at the base, so it'll be a little bit before it hits the field and engage. We do have the conscripts going for the, well, not really a cutoff point precisely, but strategic point in front of the German base. MG42 setting up to engage those conscripts. Conscripts do take a shot and get suppressed, but not before they manage to jump into the house, so they will stay there as a small annoyance. This conscripts in the south, chasing away one Pioneer squad, executes one of the guys right here next to the point, and the other two managed to run away. Well, 2 of them managed to run away. MG42 setting up in the point, getting it capped and opening up on the conscripts in the house. Does manage to kill one of the guys inside, but it will take a while before they manage to dislodge them unless he gets some munitions or mortars on the field. 2 conscript squads going to the south to engage 2 Grenadier squads. Grenadier squads are a little bit lower in health, but 1 conscript has already died. Relatively equal engagement. 1 Grenadier does get killed. Don't know where it laid. Fell down, but oh well. Anyways, relatively equal engagement, but the Grenadiers decide to back off of that one, not taking any risks. We do have Molotovs already researched for Siberian, so he would be able to get that advantage by tossing those Molotovs, while at the very least denying the cover. Up in the north, we have Combat Engineers just going around capping. Another squad of Grenadiers, so we see a 4th squad being produced for SeriousMan, so very heavy engagement in tier 1. We also have a flamethrower on his Pioneers. And we do have a total of 4 conscript squads for Siberian. Nothing else coming down yet. We'll see what he decides to tech to, or if he decides to get another conscript. MG42 catches these conscripts in the open, gets them pinned. There is no squad to support. There is this one in the south, but it doesn't look like they want to go support. They want to finish the capping, so that squad is going to run away. Another conscript squad in the munitions point here, in the heavy cover of the truck. 2 of the guys run out of the cover to shoot at those Grenadiers, and they decide to just move away and hide behind that hedgerow. Grenadiers are going to pursue. They are going to get a nasty surprise there, and there they go. And the Molotov is going to go right on top of them. Very nice anticipation by Siberian. Grenadiers have to run away. MG42 is trying to set up in position to help them out. But the conscript squad on the south is now moving over for a flank. They are getting shot at by these grenadiers, so they're down to 4 men. But a Molotov is going to go on top of the MG42, making them run away. And there go, instantly retreats. This grenadier squad is the only thing defending the southern point for SeriousMan, and this conscript squad is still at full strength, while this one is at 3 men but in heavy cover. The squad will probably move into position once these fires die out, so that they don't take much damage passing them. And there they go, fires extinguished, so they are now going to move into position. They're going to probably take this tank. Yeah, the tank is going to provide them some heavy cover and allow them to flank. Although, no, he decides to just stop for a Molotov. Molotov's going to go in, and those grenadiers are going to get the hell out of there. There they go. Probably going to jump into that house, I would assume. No, they decide to not jump into the house and move a little bit further ahead to get some cover. In the meantime, Siberian has actually moved his combat engineers into this cutoff point and has denied the entire southern portion of the map for SeriousMan, while at the same time laying down a mine. That mine is going to be very effective. Well, I'm not sure to say very effective, but it's probably going to get triggered maybe right now. And there it goes. Ooh. Oh my god. Wow. I guess I was right when I said it was going to be very effective. An entire grenadier squad goes down to that mine. 3 of them get killed instantly, and the other ones get shot in the face by those combat engineers. So quite nice. 1 kill for those combat engineers. They should count that mine, you know, as their kills, but I guess it would be a little bit too OP for the, you know, for the experience gain. But wow, that was brutal. Very nice mine usage. Conscript squad still at 3 men, just holding the ground, assuring that it's going to take a little bit more effort by SeriousMan to get that kill. Mine was being laid down by the combat engineers in this choke point, but they do get caught in the open by the grenadier squad and decide to retreat, not risking getting blown up in the process. Conscript squad at 3 men on the other side of the hedge getting shot at, but another conscript squad at 6 men full strength backs him up and makes that grenadier squad retreat. Sorry about that, tongue-tied a little bit. So anyways, very nice engagements here. Up in the north we have a conscript squad at 4 men getting engaged by a grenadier, but the grenadier is not really focusing on them. It looks like it's going for the center, maybe for the victory point. But there is another conscript squad going onto the center, getting cover for that tank, although no, they are on the other side of it right now, not getting any bonuses. They do decide to move ahead and, move back and get a little bit bonus on the defense, while the grenadier squad is probably going to jump into this house. The church, no? Okay. Quite interesting movement by both players. They are quite mobile with their forces. Up in the north, we have that conscript squad at 4 men. They jumped out of the house and are going to go and capture that fuel point. And we now see Tier 2 being produced for Siberian. It's interesting. So that is going to give him access to maximum machine guns, mortars, and the AT guns, while at the same time we are now seeing scout cars hitting the field for SeriousMan. Not a bad option. It's going to provide him a very good anti-infantry and can also provide him some light anti-vehicle if he upgrades to the autocannons. So overall, scout cars are an excellent unit to get if you can keep them supported. Just don't run them into the enemy, because they're going to get 18-aided quite easily and die. They are very weak in the armor. Conscripts getting caught in the open by that MG42, trying to decap that cutoff point. They don't manage to do so, and they're going to retreat instantly. Scout car over here gets upgraded with that autocannon, anticipating any potential vehicles, but, well, much to SeriousMan's, well, I mean, it's not a bad option anyways. You still retain that anti-infantry capability, so it's not a bad choice to get it. But since there's not any vehicles on the field right now for Siberian, and he went Tier 2, so it's not going to get any vehicles anytime soon, those munitions could have been potentially used in something else, maybe laying some mines, maybe getting some upgrades on your grenadiers. That might have been a better usage of it, but again, hindsight is 20/20. There's no way for him to know what was going on. And we now see a mortar and an AT gun being produced for Siberian. Mortar is going to be very nice at dislodging that MG42. There is only one of them, so it's not as effective for the mortar, but still, some indirect fire never hurts. And that AT gun is going to be a little bit of a thorn on the scout car side. AT gun is still not produced though, so that mortar is in a heap of trouble right now. It's getting flanked by those scout cars. 18A does go on top of that autocannon one, and the conscripts are trying to shoot at it. There's a mine right there, very close to those scout cars. Flamethrower equipped pioneers are being quite brutal against this conscript squad. We now have 2 conscript squads chasing away those scout cars. Probably going to be able to take care of this one. Down to 4 men, getting peppered by these scout carts on the chase. And did he actually get there? No. Very close to death. Wow, that was very risky by Siberian. Very greedy of trying to get... Oh my god, what happened there? I don't think that was an enemy. Well, conscript squad goes down to the mortar. So yeah, these conscripts got killed here by a mortar strike, and there's no mortar on the field for Siberian. Unless it was a rifle, Nate. I mean, that's also a possibility, but it looked to me like a mortar round. So quite unfortunate. That's always a risk by getting mortars, but well, we'll see what happens. Mortar getting surrounded by those grenadiers. The AT gun also in a little bit of a pickle. But there's a conscript squad at Vet 2 coming up to reinforce and defend. It's going to be able to chase away those guys. I don't think they needed to run away, but well, SeriousMan decides to retreat, reinforce, and will probably hit the field at a little bit stronger squad size. Does he actually have his med bunker? He does. Okay, so yeah, those units are going to be able to at least heal up. So not an entire loss by retreating. You're saving a little bit of manpower while sacrificing some territory. So conscripts going over to the north on the munitions point. Grenadier in the house is probably going to get Molotoved. And yeah, Molotov going in. Very nice reaction by Siberian. He canceled the Molotov once he sees those grenadiers jumping out of the house. And he is going to be able to get a position with heavy cover. He's going to throw another Molotov. No, he decides to run away because the bundle nade goes on top of those conscripts. Down to 3 men. Needs to actually get him out of there very quick. Down to 2 men, down to 1. Panzer Grenadiers are chasing it, but there is a conscript here to support, so he's going to be fine. Molotov goes in onto the cover, anticipating where the Grenadiers were going to run through. Panzer Grenadiers, that is. One of them catches fire in very nasty fashion. Down to 3 men, but they still have enough firepower to beat that conscript squad and supported by the Grenadier squad. Siberian quickly retreats. He has no chance of winning in that situation. AT gun taking some pot shots at that MG42. MG42 is just in position, not actually set up, only capping. Interesting. Combat engineers getting caught out in the open by these 2 scout cars again. They are going to get ripped to shreds. I don't think Siberian's going to be able to save them. Down to 1 man, and there they go. Lost combat engineers. Shock troops hitting the field as well for Siberian. They are going over to the north, chasing away those combat squads. And again, SeriousMan decides to perform a full retreat. I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, yeah, shock troops are quite nasty, but he had a, 3-man Panzer Grenadier and a Grenadier squad. That is, I think, more than enough to beat them. And with the bundle nade, can also, you could have stayed and fight and then retreated if it didn't go your way after a little bit. But, oh well, I mean, again, he's saving some manpower by doing so, but he is sacrificing territory at the same time. So I'm not sure if it'll be the best choice, but, well, we'll see. So anyways, a lot more units on the field for SeriousMan right now than Siberian. Siberian is now at 3 conscript squads and the shock troops with a mortar and a AT gun. He did lose his combat engineers, while SeriousMan has himself 3 grenadiers, 1 Panzer Grenadier, 3 pioneers, a MG, but he has lost one of the scout cars. Where did he lose it? Sorry, I didn't check that. Sorry about that. Looks like it went down here. Okay, well, looks like the shock troops might have actually gotten the kill. No, it wasn't the shock troops. What actually killed it? Was it the pack gun? I mean, this is, yeah, oh, nice, okay. Well, I missed that movement, so it looks like the AT gun has been put to good use. Siberian moved it up into a nice position and managed to get a nice shot onto one of the scout cars and killed it off. It looks like it wasn't the upgraded scout car, which, I mean, doesn't really say much, it doesn't matter, but yeah, it looks like it was just the standard one. Shock troops chasing away some Grenadier squads, unupgraded with the LMG. They actually do have the advantage. Nice nade goes in, makes them get out of that cover, only does a little bit of health damage, and the shock troops decide to retreat right away after seeing that scout car. Doesn't want to take a risk, and the scout car actually manages to do some damage on the retreat on those shock troops, and gets veterancy too, reducing the damage taken, so that scout car is now going to be, well, a bitch. So we'll see what happens. Mortar back on the field is going to start producing some indirect fire, probably in the center. conscripts in heavy cover, but that heavy cover is directional. The heavy cover is being provided by that wall, so they're not actually getting any bonus getting shot at from the front. And interesting, I didn't know that actually happened. You can actually enter the house from this side, even though there's the wall. You don't have to vault over it, it looks like. Oh, no, there it goes. So anyways, mortar and anti-tank gun shooting away at the infantry in the center. If he can get line of sight on this scout car, he can actually get a nice shot in there. I don't think it'll kill it, especially with veteran C2, but can make it just run away and have to get repaired. Conscript squad up in the north in that house, getting shot at by almost everything, down to 2 men. Flamethrower pioneers go in, start burning those squats, and they do jump out before getting any damage and retreat. They're at 2 men. Are they actually going to be able to make it out? It looks like they are. Nice, very lucky squad there. Shock troops going again to the north, trying to chase away some squats, but there is a lot of infantry presence here. We have 2 grenadiers, 1 panzer grenadier, and 2 pioneers simply in this area in the north, and we also have the scout car moving up to the north to support. So these shock troops are going to have a tough time. Bundle 8 goes into the shock troops, only does a little bit of damage on the guy that trailed behind, but doesn't actually get any kill. Nade goes on top of those panzer grenadiers and does a lot of health damage, but doesn't manage to get a kill. And there's too much infantry presence here. They actually do manage to get 2 kills on those panzer grenadiers. That's going to go a long way to get that veterancy. It looks like those shock troops are actually going to be able to get some... Ooh, very nice mortar shot goes in there. Executes one of those pioneers. Very nice. Shock troop down to 4 men only. And another mortar shot actually kills one of those shock troops. And we now have a Panzer IV on the field for SeriousMan. This is looking very rough for Siberian. He does have 2 AT guns on the field, so that's going to be able to keep those units at bay. But nice, this mortar actually got a very nice blow there. He did kill 1 more, as you can see. I told you one of those died, but it's up to 7 kills now. And Vet 1, they get the precision strike ability, which might help out. So we'll see how it goes. Also, it is interesting to note that there is no no tech for Siberian. He is staying at tech tier 2. Hasn't actually decided to build anything else. He did go with the option of getting KV8s and IS2s, so he might dump his fuel there, but he is a little bit shy of that 4th point, and well, he might be able to get it right here. 1 more guy goes down, does a little bit of damage, and there's Geistus. There we go. We have the 4th CP point and the KV8 column. So that is going to be a nice deterrent to that Panzer IV, especially with those 2 AT guns on the field. This squad does hit retreat, but gets stuck here, getting shot at by that Panzer IV and obstructed by those pioneers. Down to 5 men only, very low in health, but I believe also Siberian has his medics. Yes, he does. So, yeah, a player of his caliber is not going to, you know, forget things like that. And yeah, those 5 guys should be able to get healed up and back on the field rather quick. So we do see the KV8 hitting the field. That's going to be a nice shock impact. Once it probably going to take something out on its first assault, I would assume. Decides to run over that tank, saying, "I don't give a crap about your carcass." Sees that Grenadier, and the Grenadier instantly retreats, as well as the MG42, not letting Siberian get any kills with that brutal flamethrower. So the KV8 decides to back away a little bit and is gonna, no, it's gonna actually go forward. It's gonna see what kind of trouble he can get into and see what he can kill. So very nice. And after noticing, you know, retreats, no, he's not gonna, no, yeah. Okay, so Siberian isn't going to be that greedy. He's not going to be that foolish. He's not going to go run and try to get a base rape. So he moves up his AT guns to support this KV8. KV8 is just moving around. Might be going for the north instead. He does turn around and decides to trample everything in his way. So yeah, he's probably going to be going to the north and going to chase away these Grenadiers. Not before they get the cap though, but he is going to be able to support these 2 conscript squads quite well. Panzer IV though is in the area, being able to support the Grenadiers. Grenadiers do decide to retreat though, not risking getting any damage taken. Panzer IV takes a shot at the KV8, but it deflects it off the front armor, so the KV8 doesn't really care much about that. What is going on here? Okay, we have a bunker up on the north that was produced by SeriousSman. Quite annoying, not preventing these troops from getting even this point. They're actually getting pinned down by it. But the flamethrower is very strong. It's the strongest flamethrower in the game right now. It's not the same damage-wise as the other flamethrowers. It's like twice or more than twice. So the KV8 is getting shot at by the Panzer IV now. Those 2 shots do penetrate, manage to bring it down to about 70% health. Siberian decides to just simply move away, and is he moving in? Yeah, he moves one of the AT guns into the angle just in case that Panzer IV wanted to chase it. But SeriousMan is not going to fall for that. He's not going to go for it, and he's going to just stay in the area. AT gun gets a nice shot at that scout car. Scout car does back away out of the area. Well, actually not in time. He takes a shot, but the shot misses, so lucky scout car. He didn't reverse in time. Pioneers. Trying to dislodge that mortar, but the extra guys on the mortar do decide to shoot at the Pioneers and kill 2 of them. One of them is being chased by that KV-8, and I think he's going to die in the next flame burst, and there it goes. So 1 Pioneer down. Got to be very careful about your units. Once a KV-8 is out, it is very easy for the KV-8 to kill your infantry, especially on retreat. So we now see a Stug for SeriousMan. He decided to get another armored vehicle. He's actually getting a second Stug, so I mean, he still has a lot of fuel. He could have afforded another Panzer IV, but he decided to go with Stugs. Not a bad option, though. Ooh, and a nice pickup there for Siberian, getting himself an MG42. MG42 gets recapped. This squad needs to actually retreat. Actually, very ballsy. Siberian is going to go forward, try to 18-8 that Stug. He does go for it, and he gets a crit on the engine. And I believe he's going to retreat. Retreat. Get him out of there. Get the MG42 out of there, or turn around as well. Okay, well, looks like they're going to be fine. Okay. And something got called in. Oh my god, railway artillery. Right on top of that MG42 destroys the gun. And we have a glitch. I'm not exactly sure how it happens if it always with railway artillery, but that gun is destroyed. You can see it's at 0 man. And yeah, it's going to stay there though. Okay, well anyways, we now see the KV-8 catching another squad out in the open. That's a Grenadier squad, chasing it down with that flamethrower. It's down to 3 men, but it looks like they're going to be fine. Catches one more before it retreats, gets it killed. Stug moves into the area to try to engage that KV-8. Stug should actually be quite effective at attacking the KV-8, as long as, you know, the KV-8 can't circle strafe him. But in this situation, with tanks in the field, 3 of them in the field, you know, that Stug should be fine. There's a Stug at the north that is heavily damaged and has a damaged engine, but it is able to get away, so should be fine. Flamethrower again on the KV-8, chasing away another Grenadier squad, gets one of the guys on the retreat. It's not going to chase him though, so quite nice usage of the KV-8 by Siberian. He is saving up more fuel. Wonder what he's going to get. Maybe he's going to get another KV-8. He does have the manpower for it. It's only missing a little bit of fuel. He hasn't built any other tech, so that's what I'm saying. Maybe he's going to get another KV-8. Or maybe he's saving up for the IS-2. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But so far, it is going his way with those AT guns and the KV-8. He's being able to keep pretty much map dominance for the most part. As soon as the KV-8 is spotted by these infantries, SeriousMan is retreating. So very nice. You can't really risk staying in the area. That KV-8 will rip you to shreds, or more likely burn you to shreds. Burn you to a crisp. If you falter for even a second. Another bunker built by SeriousMan down south. Not sure if I agree with that many bunkers being used, but I suppose he's trying to prevent, you know, capping by Siberian. But knowing that that KV-8 is on the field, those bunkers can very quickly be taken out. Even though it's a heavy tank, I mean, it essentially has wheels. I mean, it has threads, so it can move around and kill. So anyways, the conscripts do capture this point and decide to just move around and keep on capping. Conscripts and Grenadiers getting engaged in the center, almost point blank. 18-8 goes on top of that. Panzer IV, very nice, before the conscripts retreat. Not a lot that the conscripts can do. Actually, not a lot Siberian can do against this tank. But yeah, at least he gets a damaged engine. It's a little bit of a nuisance there. He's going to throw another 18-8. Get a little bit more damage. There it goes. So whittling down that health on that tank is going to have to get repaired again before it can, you know, effectively hit the field. And this one on top, yeah, the 2 Stugs are back at full health, so they're fine. So small engagements all over the place, not any major battles going on just yet. We do see that Siberian is up to 600 manpower and 160 fuel. He decided not to get another KV-8, so we'll see what he's waiting for. Maybe he is trying to get the IS-2. I mean, he does need some type of anti-armor mobile weapon, I suppose you could say. KV-8 can obviously shoot his main gun, but that main gun is pretty pathetic, I guess you could say. Vet 3 conscripts up in the north trying to chase that Stug. They are getting engaged by that Pioneer. Pioneer takes a Molotov to the face, and they're getting cooked alive, but at the same time the conscripts are getting cooked alive themselves. Down to 3 man, so yeah, I mean that's what I'm mentioning about SeriousMan. He is, I believe, at least in my opinion, he's retreating a little bit too soon. It's fine to retreat when you see the KV-8. I mean, that's actually very smart of him. But in those engagements, like in that situation, the conscripts were already down to 3 men, even though they are vet 3, while the pioneers were still at full strength. You could stay a little bit longer there and maybe see if you get more crits and potentially even get them to retreat. Siberian isn't instantly retreating once he sees the fight isn't going his way. He waits it out a little bit more until the last second when to retreat. So, you know, something to keep in mind, but not a bad choice to retreat immediately, especially against the KV-8. KV-8 gets 3 insta kills against those Panzer Grenadiers. One of them runs away and is considerably far away from the KV-8 right now, so very nice reaction there for SeriousMan. Like I said, in those situations, it's fine for him to retreat. It's not actually a bad choice. You know, it's just sometimes it may be a little bit more prudent to try to hold your ground and not instantly retreat.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Sorry about that. And this is a Siberian mine, very close to all these units. So I do wonder what he is waiting for. We do see a second mortar on the field now for Siberian. He is producing... No, not producing anything. It's a mine. Another mine. So yeah, very heavy mine usage. Almost in front of the enemy right there. KV-8 going a little bit north, and we see the armor for SeriousMan moving around. One of the Stugs hits that mine that was riding his territory, getting itself a heavy engine damage, so that is a quite vulnerable Stug. There are still 2 more armored units in the area to protect it. So it should be fine, and especially, you know, since that KV-8 doesn't have that great of a anti-armor capabilities.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
KV-8 catching these Grenadiers out in the open. It does take a Faust to the face and actually crits on the engine. So, SeriousMan decides to go for it and is trying to get that Stug. Ooh! Another Stug hits another mine and gets... Actually, was that a mine? Well, AT gun moves into position and annihilates one of those Stugs. So one Stug down. This one is very critical with that heavy engine damage, but I don't think that Siberian knows it's there at this point. Recon overflight, it looks like. Shock troops still in the field. These guys have actually all gotten veterancy too. So they are much better now. They increase weapon accuracy and increase durability, so they're gonna be a lot tougher. They can actually be used as, you know, essentially shock troops in charge enemy infantry. Obviously, there's also a lot of veterancy on SeriousMan's side, so they are not as effective as they would be against vanilla units. But and we now see an elephant hitting the field for SeriousMan. That is going to spell disaster for that KV-8. That KV-8 is going to be very limited now to what it can do. Siberian needs to get himself those engineers out in that field and get it repaired so that it can move around a lot easier. But, well, he doesn't know about the elephants just yet. Anyways, AT gun over here destroying that bunker is going to get decrewed. I don't think Siberian is even going to bother trying to move it. He decides to, in fact, move it away, trying to see if he can get it closer to his territory before it gets decrewed. Because I would consider it already decrewed at that point, but actually he manages to get it out of there. Quite nice. Mortar goes in, takes a shot at those Grenadiers. Very nice shot. Actually only does health damage, unfortunately. Conscripts at Vet 3, opening up on these Pioneers, and the Pioneers go down, and they actually drop their flamethrower. If Siberian can pick that up, that would actually be quite a nice thing to have on these Vet 3 conscripts, especially since he doesn't have any weapon upgrades for them. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to stay here, and I want to see what happens. I want him to get that flamethrower so bad. But there is a Panzer IV on this side of the map, so it might not happen. Grenadiers decide to back away, and it looks like they picked up that flamethrower. So they're now opening fire, literal fire, on those conscripts, and the conscripts decide to retreat. Quite a bummer. I wanted those Vet 3 conscripts to get it. So yeah. Well, anyways, mortar on the field. Another mortar being produced, so 3 mortars on the field for Siberian. Quite an interesting strategy. He still doesn't have a lot as far as anti-tank goes. And there is an elephant in the field, but there's not a lot for the elephant to shoot. Yeah, the elephant can shoot at infantry and maybe get some kills, but it isn't designed as that. It's designed as an anti-tank weapon. And the only thing it can kill is that KV-8 effectively. So, nice unit to have, a little bit of a waste in this situation, but well, you would normally expect your Soviet player to go for either T-34s or Su-85s, you know, and have something to shoot at. But, well, he doesn't have that. And now, Siberian actually has a massive infantry presence on the map. Look at that. I mean, that almost... Well, no, I mean, good. I guess it's a good thing that I decided to go with SeriousMan for the overlay, because I think that would have actually broken my overlay already. I think it's too big of an area, too many units for me to record, so... Quite lucky, I suppose. There we go. Elephant takes a nice shot at that KV-8, does some decent damage at it. It is a heavy tank though, so keep that in mind. It's not going to instantly kill it. So the KV-8 decides to back off a little bit. Molotov goes into the center and takes some shot at the area where the elephant was. Not going to do a lot, but can potentially do some damage, I believe. Maybe not. Shock troops going for the fuel point on the southern part of the map. They are getting engaged by that Panzer IV, which is getting repaired by those pioneers. They decide to stick it out in that heavy cover and try to capture that fuel point. And interesting, a incendiary barrage goes on top of that Panzer IV, but the pioneers do retreat before it lands on them, so not sure what that was about. Conscripts Urang to try to catch that Panzer IV with an 18-8, but it doesn't look like they're going to catch him in time. They do decide to run a little bit through the fires, taking a little bit of health damage, but Panzer IV does get stuck on the pathing. 18-8 goes in, gets a nice crit on the engine, and there it goes. But even so, there isn't much on the field that can kill it. AT guns can move up a little bit, but I don't think there's any AT guns in the area. Conscripts do retreat. And something else was lost. It looks like another conscript squad was lost. Quite unlucky. Maybe going for another 18-8. Yeah, he does get an 18-8, but the 18-8 doesn't penetrate and only bounces off the front armor. Stuck still here in the back. SeriousMan actually needs pioneers. He doesn't have any pioneers on the field anymore, and his tanks are getting quite damaged and critted on the engine, so he needs to produce some and get them out there. Another recon overflight just to spot out what's going on here. AT gun moved into position to have a better angle at that tank, but pioneers now on the field are chasing it away, it looks like. More mortars. A lot of mortars. Too many mortars. So mortar here, mortar in the center, and a mortar up north. So there's going to be a lot of bombardment by Siberian. Quite nice though, and we do see a sniper on the field for SeriousMan. Could potentially be used simply for spotting for his elephant. The elephant has incredible range, and as long as they can see stuff in the enemy base, they can keep on shooting. You just have to make sure that it's holding fire. Sniper though is being used against the infantry, takes a shot at those shock troops, gets one of them killed. Another shot goes in there, one more shock is dead. But the shock troops are going to manage to capture this cutoff point and deny the fuel income to SeriousMan. Shock troops chasing that sniper down to one man. Are they actually going to make it out of there? Whoa, they dodge one shot. Elephant is going to shoot him again. Ooh, Stug shoots him. Very lucky. And the elephant decides to re-engage and shoot at the anti-tank gun. Sniper. Wow, 2 snipers on the field for SeriousMan. That's quite interesting. You don't usually see that many snipers. You rarely ever see one sniper, and now we're seeing two. And barrage ability goes on top of the sniper. Ooh, nice hit there. And oh my god, a very lucky sniper. And the other sniper comes back into the field, so not a bad idea to have two of them, I suppose. Quite risky though, because you can very easily lose them, but well, SeriousMan is a little bit desperate, and all those AT guns are a nuisance against his tanks. So he decides to... oh, nice barrage. Goes right on top of that sniper and executes him, essentially. Ooh, second one hits right on top of the body. Very brutal. So yeah, quite risky. That's why I was saying that it might have been a good idea to just keep one sniper and hold fire and use him for spotting. That elephant has incredible range, and you could essentially use it as artillery and try to take down those AT guns. You can actually destroy the gun and, you know, get it out of the field. But, oh well. So, we do have 400 fuel now for Siberian, so if he holds off on the manpower, he could potentially call in an IS-2, although, let's see, that's 84. Ooh, he doesn't have enough pop cap to do that. So yeah, he's not going to be able to do that. He might need to sacrifice some squads, and wow, he has 4 mortars now? Oh, interesting. Not sure if he intended to have that many. But, yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Those mortar those, however, are being quite brutal against all the infantry of SeriousMan, especially since he doesn't have anything. And another sniper gets killed. This one, it looks like it got killed by the conscripts, actually. So yeah, I mean, there's only a Panzer Grenadier and a Grenadier that can really do anything for SeriousMan, and yeah. He does have that elephant, which is, you know, essentially holding a line, but the line is not where he wants it to be held, that is. It's too close to his own base. AT gun being moved up a little bit to try to take some shots at that Panzer IV. Panzer IV still has that damaged engine. SeriousMan has not been on top of his repairs. He does have a Pioneer squad, but the Pioneer is just going around capping, it looks like. I think it's the one up here. No, that's a Grenadier. Where are the Pioneers? Yeah, they were capping down here. So yeah, I mean, I know he's a little bit desperate on those victory points, but now the tanks and the units that he has are not being that useful. This Thug is very low in health, so again, he can't use it to harass, try to get a different angle, and this one has damaged engine, so that is essentially what's hurting him, and obviously the lack of any infantry on the field. And instead he's focusing on producing snipers. I'm not sure that's the best choice. I mean, he already produced 2 and lost 2. Why get a third one? Okay, well, at least he decided to cancel it. That's a little bit more sensible. Let's see what he decides to produce off of that. He needs to get more infantry on the field. There isn't really any need for armor for him. There's only a KV-8. And while yes, the KV-8 is annoying, he could move around with a Panzer IV to try to, you know, get it if he repairs the Panzer IV. Now look at that tree. That went on flying. Quite a brutal sight. KV-8 chasing a Panzer Grenadier, and that Panzer Grenadier gets killed. So yeah, I mean, that's why I was saying maybe getting repaired. His Panzer IV would have been a better idea. He could have moved it to the south and supported a little bit more, and at least be a deterrent to the KV-8, because the KV-8 is very low in health still. It's now getting repaired, but I guess it's a little bit too late, because looks like SeriousMan decided to throw the towel. He lost pretty much everything. He only had 1 Grenadier squad left, and his Pioneers, I don't even know where they were. They're here, it's just captured territory. Instead of repairing, yeah, I think that was a mistake. I think he needed to focus on getting those tanks back up. I mean, there's no reason to have tanks in the field if they're going to be useless. You can still hold a line against the KV-8, like near your base with the elephant by himself, and use these on the flanks. Especially, you know, he had a Stug and a Panzer IV, so I don't know. But anyways, very interesting plays, very nice play by Siberian. I wonder if mortar spam is really that effective. Let's see how many kills we got. We got 3 kills on one of those squads, 13 on one, getting better in C2, very nice, that makes it more damaging. No kills on one of them, a little bit of experience. I mean, that's probably the last squad that got produced. And where's the other one? Oh, it's over here. And 5 kills on the other one. So it doesn't look like they were very effective on their own, but wow, that's a lot of indirect fire and artillery. Quite annoying, especially against those snipers and such. Ew. Anyways, well, Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the replay. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description below. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.